Lee, at the end of the world, what do you think is the best trait to have?
I would probably say the ability to stop the end of the world.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Doomlings is a set collection take-that style game where you play cards into your trait pile in order to score the most points. Doomlings takes place over several rounds, or ages as they're called.
Each age card is identified by the ages on the back and will provide some sort of attribute for that round.
Mixed in with the ages are catastrophes. They look the same as the ages, except on the reverse side it'll say catastrophe on top, and it'll have a bonus effect on the bottom called World's End. When you're setting up the deck, you're going to have 3 catastrophes in the pile of ages that you're flipping to start the new round.
During each age, players play traits into their trait pile.
Some traits will offer different effects or actions that player can then take.
When you reach that 3rd catastrophe, that signals the end of the game.
And then each player adds up all the points on the traits in their trait pile.
And the player with the most points wins.
Full disclosure, we received this game from the makers of Doomlings in order to test it out. They have a Kickstarter launching soon, so to find out all the details, go to their website, doomlings.com. We'll have a link in our description.
One thing that really stood out to me on these cards is the artwork. Now, the ages, they're not too descriptive, but the artwork, it's simple, it's quirky, I like it. And the traits themselves are just a bunch of circles or spheres that just have their own unique ability. Like this is Mighty Roar, Swarm. It's just fun to read, and you know, when you really think about end of the world or traits and stuff like that. Very sciencey theme that I really like.
It is all circles. So in Exploding Kittens, you have the kittens as the mascot. This one are the traits, and the traits take an anthropomorphic form of a circle. So even though they're circles on all the cards, they still have different characteristics and personalities to them. So you have 5 colors, red, green, blue, and purple, and then you also have gray, which isn't technically a color, but it's still one of the 5 trait cards.
The circles aren't super detailed or anything like that, but when you take the color and the design of the card, it still catches your eye. So it's really something that I really enjoyed.
So there's the element of the gene pool. So it's these cards that have numbers on them. On one side has 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side has 5, 6, 7, 8. The number on your gene pool is how many cards you can have in your hand. And some actions on some of the traits will let you increase your hand limit. So you can go all the way up to 8. Or you can go all the way down to 1. So depending on which cards you play or what other cards someone plays against you, you can have more cards in your hand at a time. And I like that element. I also like that it's small and compact. For the most part, it's just a card game, so you can pretty much take it anywhere you go. So if you're a family, or if you have kids going on a vacation, or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, that kind of thing, you can take this with you and it gives them something to do while they're out and about.
Or if you're like a young adult and you're about to go out or something, you can just play a quick game while you're just waiting for everyone to show up. It's similar to kittens, unicorns, etc. So there are take that mechanics, but I felt like it's not overloaded with take that mechanics. You're still kind of doing your own thing, building. Every now and then you can affect the other players, but for the most part, I didn't feel like it was too overloaded with it.
There are a few standard take that style actions where you can take another player's card, move it into your trait pile, or you can give a negative card into someone else's trait pile. Every trait, minus a few exceptions, all have different powers or abilities. So there is still a lot of reading, and the first time that you play this game, you'll want to read your cards out loud so that the other players know what card you're playing, because you can't just be like, all right, I'm playing this card, and then other players don't know what that power that you have or the action that you have just did. There is a lot of reading and getting to know what the cards do or how they can affect the game as a whole. One
thing that I like about these traits is there's the regular ones and there's dominant, so it's almost like a genetics component or theme to it that I really like, since I really like all the sciencey stuff.
So there's a nice level of humor in the game, and for the most part it's family friendly. Kind of similar to the family friendly version of Exploding Kittens, puns and that kind of thing. So like for this card, it's appealing, and then you have one of the traits in a little banana peel. So it's that level of comedy. So it's good for families, I think. Overall, I'm going to give this game a 7, which is right on par with what I gave Exploding Kittens and Unstable Unicorns. It's that level of game. It's very fun, quick, simple, and easy.
I don't remember what I gave those other games, but right here and now, I'll probably give it an 8. I'm a sucker for all the science themes and stuff like that, so good job. And Teresa gives it a 10.
And Juliana gives it a 8. And that was our review of Doomlings.
What'd you think? Are there any other questions you want us to answer? Do you think you're going to back it? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you like our content, please subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny.
Doom.